All right, guys, 285, 75, 17. New chonkers. 315, 75, 16. Here's a little sneak peek. Whoa, whoa.
Hey, what's up guys? Thanks so much for checking out the video, really appreciate it. So I have a ton to talk about and all of it's awesome, good stuff. I can't wait to share this with you guys. So obviously by the title of the video, I have brand new 35s on the truck. So these are my old KM3s right here, the 34 inch technically, 285, 75, 17, and my AEV wheels. So we got new methods and some new 35-inch tires I'm going to show you. Before I get into the video, I want to lay out the structure of the video so you guys can skip ahead if you don't want to hear about certain parts or whatever. So, beginning of the video, I'm going to kind of go over my old setup and then compare it to this. I'm going to weigh them. We're going to check out the tire wear. I probably will do a full in-depth review of the KM3s at some point, but we're going to go through that. Then I'm going to kind of tell you how, what I did basically to get the truck ready for 35s. It's already been geared, we have some gussets, some new UCAs and stuff like that. So I'm going to go and transition into that and tell you kind of what I did. I did my own alignment-ish in a way. And then the last part of the video, you're obviously going to see it on the truck. So we'll do like a full walk around and I'll show you guys how it fits on the truck and everything. It completely transformed the way it looks, so I'm super stoked on the final outcome and really excited. Before we get to talking about this, one more thing, I do want to thank Trailbuilt Off-Road. If you guys don't know about Trailbuilt Off-Road, they're a super cool wheel and tire and suspension company. And also I did pay quite a bit still for these new wheels and tires. I didn't get them for free or anything, but I am an ambassador for those guys, so really cool to work with. The number one coolest thing about Trailbuilt is when you buy wheels and tires, they will ship them for free to your door, mounted and balanced. It's incredible. So like a stack of 5 tires will show up at your door, just kind of wrapped in like plastic wrap and stuff. So you're ready to literally throw it on. You don't have to go to the tire shop and mount it. You don't have to schedule all that crap. So big shout out to Trailbuilt Off-Road. All right, I'm gonna grab the camera and we're gonna get into kind of a comparison of these. I'll show you guys the height difference and all that stuff. All right, sorry doing this in the garage. It's freaking cold outside. So, all right, first thing, I'm gonna take one of these tires off. These are the old tires again. All right, here's the old wheels and tires. You guys obviously have seen these. Now, here's the big boy. Pretty dope. So, just rough specs real quick before we start weighing them and everything. These are the Cooper STT Discover Pros, STT Pro. They are a 315, 75, 16. And these are the Method 315 machine wheels. So they're not a beadlock. These wheels, you actually can remove this hardware right here and you can change it out for gold hardware or whatever. But there's really no ring that comes on and off. It's just because. Yeah, that's those. These are 285, 75, 17s. BFG KM3s, and these are the AEV Crestone wheels with the removable ring. So this ring basically acts as like a protector. It's not a beadlock again either. But this one actually obviously is removable. You can paint it, you can do whatever. If you scratch it up super bad, you can get new ones. I've beat the actual crap out of these and they've done really well. This is kind of an onyx finish. So actually, I didn't really want these tires, to be honest. The reason why this took me 3 months to get this set up is because I waited on Yokohama Geolanders, the MTs. I thought those were the best looking sidewall and tread pattern, and I've heard nothing but good stuff about the Yokohamas. And I've specifically wanted a 16-inch wheel, like really bad. What I really wanted to gain out of a 16-inch wheel is more sidewall. I just think it looks better, it's more proportional to the truck. I like a smaller wheel and a fatter, meatier tire. I think that combo just looks super tough, and it performs a little bit better too. See the difference, obviously this is a 17-inch wheel with a smaller tire, and then this is a bigger tire and a smaller wheel. So you can see the sidewall difference there. All right, so here's sort of a rough, I know this is super hard to tell on camera. Hopefully you can see how much bigger the ones are on the right. It's just hard to tell on camera. That's probably, I don't know, that's quite a bit difference. I mean, this is like impossible to use this. I don't know, it's not 2 inches taller. It's maybe 1.5 inches taller, I don't know. But it's close. Obviously it has 0 miles on it. My old wheel, or my old tires and wheels, I guess, they have about 18 to 20,000 miles on them, something like that. All right, so this is gonna be one of the most important parts of the video, I guess, or what I wanna explain the most is what I figured out with the weight between these tires. It's gonna blow your mind. And what better to demonstrate that with than your wife's nice fancy scale that she has no idea of that I'm using. So, I've already weighed these and everything, but I just want to show you guys how crazy this is. So I did a bunch of research between tires and wheels and brands and everything, and it led me to this decision. Spoiler alert, I'm saving a ton of weight going to a bigger tire, which sounds crazy. So this is the old, dude, this is so heavy. This is the old wheel and tire. Guess real quick in the comments if you know, just guess. I'll give you a second. 1, okay. So this tire, oh geez, did I break it? 108.5 pounds is where it's like hovering. And keep in mind, this is, 20,000 miles on it, it's kind of worn. So it's around 109 pounds-ish when it's like brand new. So if you know anything about wheels and tires, that's actually a pretty heavy combo for this size of tire. And a lot of that is to blame for the rims. I love these AEV rims, but they're like 40 pounds. They're absolute beefcakes, they're tanks, they're awesome, they look cool, but they're heavy. It's their only downside. I mean, I can't even like stand it up without it toppling over because it's so front heavy. But anyway, remember that, 108 pounds. And then look already how easy I'm moving this. So this is a 35-inch chonker, 95 pounds, 95 pounds. That's incredible. That's like 14-ish pounds. So that's a ton. That is crazy amount of weight. When you multiply that by 5, having to spare, it's like 60, 70, I don't know, somewhere around 70 pounds between that going to a bigger tire. That's incredible. So as you'll see, I've already recorded and everything, but as you'll see later in the video, you'll get my kind of reaction going from the old tires to these bigger, lighter setup or whatever. And it's pretty awesome. You definitely can tell the weight savings. Probably talk about my setup and what I had to do to run, actually both tires probably, with the cab mount job and everything you have to do. Yeah, and then we will go to the video of me actually driving the truck, and then the last part will be showing you guys what it looks like. All right, real quick, thought I'd give a little close-up, kind of nice shot of the wheels before they get absolutely thrashed. Oh yeah, dude, I totally forgot. Not only did my rig get new tires, holy crap, I didn't even realize this. Okay, sorry, side note. My wife got new tires too. These are the Falken Wildpeak ATs. She had the BFG KO2s on here, and they had like 40 or 50,000 miles on them. They were loud. So went with these, and obviously you can't see that. No, these are sweet. You can get these from Trail Built as well, but those are super nice. So wife got new tires, I got new tires.
And the mini rig got new tires. So these are actual KM3s. Look, BFG, Mud Terrain, KM3. Super cool. Look at the tread pattern. Look at that. Now look at that. It's literally identical. If you haven't seen my mini rig build on the channel, go check that out. I have 2 different bodies and everything. Max Trax, Trasharoo. Yeah, and I got a whole other RC in there. But anyway, that was a big sidetrack. See these cool, like, siping, maybe that's the technical term, I don't know, lugs or whatever. Pretty dope. These are the machined wheels. They're not chrome, they're machined. You can take this hardware out, like I said earlier, and replace it, but the ring just is stationary, doesn't move. You can take these off if you want. I do have chrome silver lug nuts. I replaced those because mine were black. Here's the, what's it called, tread. So tread design looks super cool, I love it. All right, a little update. Yeah, honestly guys, I haven't filmed a lot of this and I'm really sorry, but I kind of want to learn all this and kind of document what I've learned. So I'm kind of doing a rough DIY alignment. I'm just getting it to where I still need a freaking 32 mil socket to jack with the ball joint setting on the SPCs, but look at this, what I've done already. So I have the 35 on the right, and you can probably tell how much further forward that is. I know it's a lot bigger, but look at that. So on the lower, I've adjusted the caster to maximum positive on that side to give me, let me get a flashlight, to give me as much room there as possible. I mean, look how like nice and centered in the wheel well it is. Honestly, still terrified of doing this, my own alignment, at least just to get me to where I'm not rubbing so much so I can go to an alignment shop. That's kind of my goal. All right guys, very first impressions with new tires. Haven't driven them at all. I'm so excited. I feel like the fact that I'm saving a lot of weight from my last tires, these ones, I think it's gonna be good. Okay, so here we go. Okay, feels similar. It feels like maybe I'm accelerating a little more. Maybe I'm just being biased. I'm waiting for this car to go. Dude, my alignment's not bad. I'm kind of pumped on my performance here. I'm gonna kind of launch right here a little bit. Okay, dude, that was way faster than my previous tires. I can already feel the weight savings, I guess. That was crazy. Sorry this is boring guys, but I wanted to give you like a live in person sort of, I guess it's not live, but in person review and feel and everything on these things. All right, we're on a road. Dude, they feel so good. Like, that's smooth. Yeah, it's veering to the right, like ever so slightly. Like my hand's off the wheel and I'm just kind of going over there. So maybe the cross caster. I think they're as quiet as my KM3s when I just got them. It's hard to remember that. But my KM3s, like half tread life, what they are right now, are definitely louder than these are, which they should be. Any new mud terrain, or any new tire for that matter, should be pretty quiet. But yeah, I can tell this sounds good. All right, I'm gonna turn in this gas station. Whoa, there's a 4Runner behind me with the snorkel, pretty sick. When I was turning at like 90% lock, I was rubbing on my lower control arm and frame just slightly. So I have a pair of SpiderTrack spacers. I really don't want to use them. I do have to adjust my caster, my camber, because I'm positive my wheels are kind of sticking out a little bit. So I think that's kind of why I'm rubbing on that lower control arm, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna try to do that on the SPCs. Give me as close to like a level or a zero camber. Gosh, I get these all wrong. Camber as possible. All right, getting on the exit or the interstate.
like just from that tiny little pull. Okay, this has better acceleration with these huge tires. At 68 miles an hour. Wow, it's not shifting. Very strange. Shift. It's in like fourth right now. I'm at like 3,500 RPM. Doesn't make sense. Usually I'd go on the highway 75 at like 2,000 RPM. It is not wanting to shift. There it goes. And then I think we're still in fifth. Now we're in sixth. Alright. That was annoying. So, we're in sixth gear. 2,000 RPM. The dash says 65 miles an hour, which we're probably going 71 or 2. So now that I'm finally in gear, it feels good. Man, that was weird. I hope the computer maybe will learn the different shift points, or maybe I need to get it tuned or something. Cruising down, let's see if you can see it. So, just chilling, man. So I'll probably lock in about 65 on the highway, which will put me about 72 is what I'm guessing. Which is keeping up with traffic very well at 2,000 RPM with these 488s. So, man, I am so happy. I'm so happy. That acceleration, I could feel it instantly, and I was barely pressing on the pedal. All right, real quick before I go over the settings and stuff. I don't know. I'm tired of seeing videos and everything that are like must-haves to run 35s, or you have to do this exact way. Dude, that's not true. Just do whatever you can to fit them. People say you got to re-gear, you got to have a 3-inch lift, you got to do this, and you're going to trim this and this. That's not always the case. There's so many factors between control arms, tire size, tire width, spacers, all kinds of stuff that you just have to get in there and do it yourself and actually physically see what's working and not working and address it. So just to let you guys know, I don't know, just don't get super caught up in doing exactly what people say online, including myself. I'm just gonna give you guys exactly my specs, like as far as I can. And maybe it'll help answer some questions, but like if you're running a similar setup to this, maybe that'll help you, I don't know. But anyway, my truck is re-geared. I have 488s. I don't have 529s, and it drives excellent with 488s. I'm not complaining. Again, people tell you have to have a certain gear ratio, blah, 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 whatever. Man, it depends on so many more factors than that. It depends on where you live, your elevation, like, you know, are you living somewhere where it's completely flat? You don't really probably need gears, right? If you're living in Colorado or something where there's lots of mountains, gears are definitely helpful. So just, I don't know, take everything you see with a grain of salt. Okay, so yeah, I'm geared. I have no spacers. These are a 0 offset wheel. I have SBC upper control arms, factory lowers, and a cab mount chop. However, my cab mount chop is not, it's not very aggressive, so I might go in and actually angle it and cut it back a little bit further. But as far as drivability right now, it's pretty dang good. It rubs slightly when I back up and turn passenger on my upper control arm, but that's because I don't really have, or I don't have spacers. But yeah, cool. Let me turn the camera around and I'll walk you guys through exactly what I did to fit my tires on my truck. It might not be the same for you, but just gonna show you what I learned. All right, guys, here's the very first look of the new Beefcakes. Looks so good. So at the end of the video, I'll kind of walk around and do a better visual of the truck that's not in the driveway. But okay, let's go over the settings here. I also have, it's worth mentioning, these right there, Wheeler Super Bumps, those bump stops right there. So I don't have the factory ones because I want to limit my up travel just enough to where I don't smash into the fender, because I do not want to cut this. I don't like when people cut this, honestly. I'm trying to make it look as factory as I can. Also, I'm sure a lot of people will see, I have these Kings zip tied because I was having some interference. When this would droop, it would actually barely start to rub in that hose, which is no bueno. So kind of a temporary thing. But anyway, settings. So when I got these wheels and tires from Trailbuilt, they shipped here. The first thing I did was I obviously slapped them on the front just to see where things were at. Turned the truck on, turned the tires, and I was way up in here. I was
smacking on stuff, rubbing stuff. So that wasn't good. So the beauty of these SPCs is they allow you to adjust your caster and increase your caster quite a bit. Now, caster moves your wheel forward or back. Positive caster is outwards, negative caster is inwards towards the cab mount. So you'll see people do cab mount chops or cab mount relocations. And now I've done a cab mount chop, and honestly, it's not very good. There's better ones that cut back at an angle, which I'll probably do. The other modification to the truck would be the pinch welds. So the other modification to fitting these things is the pinch weld. So what you do, what I've done is, you can see this plastic liner. I kept it all because, again, I want to make it factory. I want to, you know, make it look factory anyway, and retain this. So I've sliced right there into the plastic and basically cut all the way down the plastic, and you can see right here. What I still have yet to do is cut more of this. So I'm gonna cut like this way and then leave this kind of thing hanging down. So I'll probably cut like all that right there. But anyway, did the pinch weld. So the pinch weld, all that is these two pieces of sheet metal basically that are formed together, and that it runs all the way down here. So what you have to do is cut it in slices like this and then hammer it. And you need to hammer it this way. A lot of people hammer it this way. That's actually reducing your clearance just a little bit. So hammer it this way to where it folds over. And what I did is, behind these folds is my plastic liner. Hopefully you can see that. So I've kind of tucked my liner back there, and then I've just painted it with some black paint, which I need to do it again right there. But yeah, I kept this clip right here, so everything's still nice and tight, and it looks really good and still have pretty good clearance. I did put it on a forklift, and it clears when the wheels are straight, but when I flex it out super hard on the bump stops, I'm all up in this right here. So all right, so like I was saying, when I got these tires, I slapped them on, and then since I have the SPCs, what the SPCs recommend, they have a great video. I think the video is called Light Truck Upper Control Arms or something like that. But basically what you want to do, you see those two bolts right there? So one at the front, one at the back on the lower. You want to orient these bolts to where you have maximum positive caster, and you're just going to leave it. So what that's doing is it's taking your lower control arm and it's pushing it forward as absolutely as much as possible to where you can, you won't be hitting your cab mount. Once you do that, obviously it's going to throw off everything else. So this right here is your tie rod and it adjusts your toe. So you'll just loosen this jam nut and you'll put a wrench right here and you'll rotate this in or out. And basically what that'll do is set your toe. And honestly, I did all this on the driveway, and to where I thought, it looked level and it looked good and I can go down the road. So I moved those bolts forward, I adjusted that, and then with the SPC is, you can see right here in the ball joint, sorry, it's hard to film, right here in the ball joint, you can go in or out. And this is a 32 mil socket, so all I did was loosen this, and I basically moved the entire wheel and tire assembly forward and back to where I thought it was decently straight. So I did that, and then tightened that back to 150 foot-pounds, and everything looked good. And also what I did is, on the SPC, the reason I got them too, and their biggest selling point is you can adjust even more caster. So there's this chip, I guess, in there that'll slide this way for camber, but also you can move it in different positions to increase your caster or decrease your caster. So what I did is I put both on +2 caster, and that gave me the max caster in the lowers plus the max caster in the uppers. The problem was they were both, you kind of have to counteract them, or I guess for cross caster is what it's called. So once you do that, your vehicle's going to drive straight down the road. Now, when I was on my way to the tire shop, the alignment shop, it was pulling hard, either right or left, I can't remember. So what you have to do is change your cross caster.
So I took it home, and basically what I had the alignment shop do for me is I said, don't touch the caster, just please do my camber and my toe and get that looking good. So I got as close to 0 camber as possible, and then my toe was just parallel or whatever. So that left me with the caster and fixing the cross caster issue. So what I did is, like I said, both of these were +2, and it was pulling to the right, I believe. Crap, maybe the left, I don't remember. But I did this about 5 times. I took the whole wheel off, and I moved this chip and put the wheel back on, tightened it, drove it, you know, did that several times until it actually drove perfectly straight down the road. So my settings is my passenger side has 0, so it's at the neutral position. And then this side is the +2 caster. And by doing that, it perfectly drives down the road awesome. So if you'll notice too, my camber is all the way in on this side, and I have about that much room from rubbing the tire. And then my camber over here is about the same, but if you look, it's all the way this way on this one. So just know that it's gonna vary from your setup. I mean, obviously, but this is just kind of what I did. So the alignment is pretty dang cool, and it fits very well. Again, here's the other side pinch weld. So cut slits in there and hammered it this way towards the outside of the truck. And then here's my fender liner. I'll try the fisheye lens here. So there you go. Here's the fender liner that I cut this way and cut this way and then cut this way. And then once I did the slits in the pinch weld, I tucked it back there. And then right here, since my clip broke, I just put a self tapper up there. And honestly, it does really well. Yeah, I'm still gonna keep that upper fender thing. I don't want to cut into it, and I think it looks super clean when you don't. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this will answer some of y'all's questions with the alignment and SPCs and everything. Now, one more thing I want to say before we move on. You can see right there on the lower that I'm rubbing, and I'm rubbing the inside of the tire right there on like totally full lock, which is okay for me, honestly. I mean, I have everything adjusted to where I want it, and that's about as good as I can get with no spacers, and I'm content with that. All right, well, I hope I didn't bore you guys too much with all that alignment talk or whatever. I'm just trying to express to you guys what I've learned through this process. I came from a solid axle on my Jeep, and IFS is annoying. It's so annoying and finicky, but once you dial it in and understand it, it's not that bad. So got it all squared away. I did want to say, I forgot to mention, I do have the Marlin Crawler LCA gussets and cam tab gussets. My buddy Josh welded those up for me, so shout out to Josh. I appreciate it, dude. I don't have spindle gussets. I don't plan on doing spindle gussets because I don't drive like, I don't know. For my wheeling style and everything, I don't think it's gonna be an issue. I don't drive like a maniac and jump my truck and all that stuff. I think the lower gussets, the gears, and just my wheeling style in general is enough, I guess, armor or protection to run these 35s. So I'm confident in this setup. I'm excited to get out on the trail and actually feel how different this is, and just feel how obstacles have changed from, you know, wider footprint and a taller tire and stuff. But yeah, man, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments about these settings and stuff. I'll try to answer those as best as I can, but remember, it's still gonna vary on your truck. So yeah, last part of this video, I'm probably gonna drive somewhere and just kind of, I don't know, put the truck in the environment and kind of walk around and give you guys like a final look of the truck, because I haven't gotten any far off shots and showing you guys what it actually looks like. But it's a completely different truck, man. It looks so awesome. So yeah, let's drive somewhere and I'll go around and take a few shots of the truck. All right, guys, here's a final look at the truck. A little sunset action for you. So, don't have a trail shot just yet. Haven't made it to the trails, but thought I'd give a nice zoomed out kind of walk around what this thing looks like. Looks like a totally different truck, man. I'm so pumped. There you go. Here's a sweet sunset shot. But yeah, man, fills the wheel wells so much better. I mean, look at the sidewall. The sidewall is just huge on these new tires. And then I'll show you the rear, what the rear looks like. I mean, that spare is huge on there. It looks so good, man. It is so big in person. Yeah, right here you can kind of see the amount of poke I have, which is very minimal, exactly what I want. So that zero offset, man. Yeah, that looks about right for my taste. I love it. So one last thing before I go, on Trailbuilt's website, you can check out their gallery, and it's basically tons of customer photos with different wheels, and they tell you their fitment and everything like that. So you can actually see what it would look like on your vehicle potentially if you check out the gallery. So highly recommend doing that. Just check out Trailbuilt to get an amazing deal on a wheel and tire package. Again, they mount it, balance it, ship it for free. Pretty amazing savings. And then again, if you guys do buy anything, just please, if you would, it would help me out a ton. On who sent you, just select Arkansas Off-Road. That'd be freaking sick. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.